Right, I'm here to tell you about the Samsung Jet, and I'll just show you what comes in the box basically. Phone, headphones, more of that later, download lead for computer. Now let's have a look at the phone. Okay, so it uses what's known as Touchwiz technology. That means pretty much everything is touchscreen. So just to give you some illustration, if I tap the desktop like that, you've basically got a widget bar on the left hand side. You get a number of pre-installed widgets that come with it, which are very useful things. A lot of them link to the internet. The one that I've added is a yell.com one, that's for looking up businesses and so on and so forth. Tap on the desktop again, that gets rid of that. You see I've got a Facebook widget there. What you can do with these widgets is if you tap on one, it will appear on the desktop eventually. Sometimes you have to tap a bit harder, or I find it helps if you tap with sort of like your nail, sort of like give it a hard tap, rather than like a gentle caress with your finger, because if you do that it thinks you're just trying to, or your thumb even, if you do that it thinks you're trying to move something, so it can mistake it for that action. Backlight settings on about 8 seconds at the moment I think, so it will go off. So yeah, so you've got features like that will connect to the internet. With this, I got this with Orange, so I've got 400 meg of internet with it, so you know, it's really good for that, really good for internet browsing. It's got a proper internet browser on it, none of your mobile internet. Obviously websites like Facebook and that are already configured for mobile, so they have like a mobile version, but if it's not a mobile version of a web page, then it will just show a normal web page, but then it's got a brilliant zoom in facility. Just go to the internet just to show you what I'm talking about there. I'm not sure how well you can see this screen. It probably is a bit too bright for the camera, so but hopefully you get a general idea. So I've just clicked on the internet icon there, which is in the main menu, which I access by clicking the bottom right icon. If I click on bookmarks, I've got a number of bookmarks in here. So if you go onto the BBC News website, actually that's a mobile enabled website, so that'll give you an example of what that looks like. I've got a fairly good signal at the moment, so you can see the pages load fairly quickly. So if we scroll, we use the obviously your finger or your thumb to move it up and down. If you do that, it'll, if there was not much to scroll there, but if you do that, it'll scroll loads, and you know, if you move it slightly like that, then it'll just move a little bit. Let's go on Digital Spy. You get to know all the websites I like to go on by watching this. So the page is loading up. Give it a second. There we go. Now that's unreadable, of course, because it's loaded a full web page to a mobile phone. Incidentally, if you turn it on its side, as with a lot of features on it, if you turn it on its side, it's motion sensitive, so it will change the display to be landscape as opposed to portrait, and then if you turn it back, eventually it'll do the same thing. Now if you hold the display with your thumb, you'll see that the display zooms in and the text is a lot clearer, a lot more readable, and then you can move around the web page with your thumb or your finger or whatever you want to use to navigate. Another example of where the portrait landscape thing comes in useful, if you go to do a text message, we'll click on create message. Okay, message. Okay, tap to add text. Okay, so this is your standard number pad, of course, that you get with normal phones, and it's touch screen. If you turn it on its side, QWERTY keyboard. And some people prefer the number pad and prefer to still use predictive text or normal texting, but I prefer the number pad. So yeah, you can just type your message out on the number pad, and that's really good. Camera, good video camera. Not as good as the camera I'm using to film this, which is a Flip Ultra video camera. But it's still not bad. It's an improvement on the Samsung G600. That was an okay camera, but it didn't handle low light very well. You got a lot of ghosty sort of effects, you know, made it look quite low resolution. If you press the camera icon, you can change it to video camera. We're now in video camera mode, filming a table. press play, you can automatically preview. There it is. That's automatically showing on landscape because of the position I'm holding the phone in. As you can appreciate, if you're watching videos, that's really good because it takes up the whole screen. If you turn it like that, it goes back to the normal view. So that's the video camera. Just a short bit of film there. There's a number of motion sensitive features. You can tap the phone, shake it left, shake it right if you want certain functions to come on. That's not my thing really. I haven't defined anything for that, so I'm not in a position to demonstrate it to you, but it is a really good feature. You've got a thing called Media Gate, which is, if I can get into that, maybe not. That's this, and you can basically work your way around a cube by sliding it with your thumb and select the feature that you want. So that's on video playing there. If I turn it, internet, music player, games and more, FM radio, so obviously it comes with an FM radio. Managed to select that. It's set to 99.7 at the moment. Oh look, and you can browse through the stations. It's got a very nice looking tuner there, and you move that with your finger basically, like a proper FM dial. I've put on a thing called Snap 2, which I got from a website called getjar.com too. Snap 2 is basically it's an application that you can check your Facebook status and Twitter and news, weather, all sorts of things, all in one place. Everything loads really quickly, so I recommend it. If you go to getjar.com, there's this and lots of other useful applications on there that you can put on your phone, but certainly good for this one. It's really good. It's thin, it's pretty lightweight, it comes in a really good faux leather carry case. It is in its carry case, so you can keep it in this case. That will protect the screen for you. Obviously you can't, unfortunately they haven't put in like a plastic cover, I guess because the display wouldn't be very sensitive pressing through it, so they probably thought that wasn't worthwhile. But you can answer calls and hang up calls in the case. I keep it in the case most of the time. Another good feature is if you got the phone locked, it's got a feature called Smart Unlock. Now you see it says phone locked. You probably can't see the wording at the bottom here, but it says phone locked. Press and hold the lock icon or draw character to unlock. So you can hold this padlock icon, it'll unlock the phone, take us back to where we were. Alternatively, you can, generally when you unlock your phone you want to go straight to a particular feature. So what you can do with this, by the way, you'll see in the artex from my ceiling, and that's not what the actual screen looks like. I don't want you to think the screen's all artexy. Generally if you unlock your phone you're going to go into a feature. So what they've done is a thing called Smart Unlock, and you can unlock the phone, just unlock the phone and go to the menu by drawing a certain letter on the screen, or you can designate a letter to an actual feature. So if you want to go into text messaging, for example, so I've actually designated that as X, and that's worked. That's gone into the messages, you see. So I've set text into X. I'm going to do an S, and there you go. That's taking you to the internet there, and into home, into URL, bookmarks, etc, etc. Even if you don't set any of that up, it's very quick to get into anything. You've just got your menu button along the bottom here. You've got menu, messages, phone book, keypad, so it's all very quick and easy to get into. If you press the menu button, obviously you've got your menu and you scroll it with your thumb or your finger or whatever you want to use. You could use like a stylus. Is it call it a stylus? I don't know. But anyway, I don't use one of those. Can't take you through all the features because obviously I haven't got much time on here, but that's a general overview of it, and I think you get the general idea. So that's it. That's a Samsung Jet. Hope you enjoyed this demonstration.